And I've gotten such weird looks, and it becomes a topic of conversation that is brought up on multiple occasions. Like, oh, he's the one who doesn't pay for dates. You know, that's silly, but that's nonetheless what happens. I might be acting like a dick, who knows, but either way, those are my thoughts. So, why should a woman buy her own drinks? Traditionally speaking, when you invite someone over, it's expected for a man to pay for the drinks, because otherwise he is considered to be cheap, he is considered to be reprehensible, and overall an absolute scoundrel. Nevertheless, what exactly does that imply? Well, it's been almost 100 years since the concept of dating was first invented. The reason it was invented in the first place was because men and women were looking for jobs because the industries were being destroyed by the onslaught of technology. So they went to large communities, to large cities. And as a consequence, men and women started doing what men and women are supposed to do. They started going to cafes, to bars, and everything of the sort. But it often was wealthy men with younger and less wealthy women. But the institution that would one day become the FBI was none too happy about this. They started actually arresting women on dates because they thought that dating was just a code word for prostitution. The reason being that men were offering goods and services in exchange for the promise, if not the act, of sex. So as a consequence, people were engaging in prostitution, which was legal at the time. I go in detail about it in my book, Cavemen with Smartphones. But one thing has remained the same, and that is the expectation that men should purchase the drinks or pay for the dinners or whatever. And I think that is a shame, because I think the proto-FBI did kind of have a point. If you're offering money, offering goods for the expectation of sex, then at the end of the day, it is bribery, it is prostitution. By another name, but still nonetheless. It kind of implies a lopsided transaction, which is completely antithetical. If I hang out with my friends, I don't have to bribe them to hang out with me. Much the same way, it shouldn't be the case that when you hang out with someone that you're interested in, that you should buy them drinks. I think the more progressive view, the more socially advanced view is to say that men and women should share the bill. And I'm not saying this just for the sake of being controversial. No, on the contrary. I say it for you girls, I say it for myself as well, but because I'm a cheap bastard. But the thing is, if you're offering monetary incentive, then I think it sends the wrong message. If you're there for each other's company, buy your own bloody drinks and interact with people as human beings rather than providers of goods and services. If, on the other hand, you want to be offered things for being for just being your gender, at the end of the day, it's simple psychology. Humans operate under the principle of reciprocal altruism. I give you something, I expect something in return. But hey, that's just my thought. See you next week.